Hello, Chamber of Mothers family. I'm Sarah Ezrin. I was going to ask how you're doing, but if we're all caretakers and we're all existing in this time in the world, then I would guess that most of us are overwhelmed. And that is why I wanted to sit with you today for just a few minutes so that we could find the eye of the storm, if you will, and find a sense of grounding even when everything around us feels quite uncertain and all over the place. And I know as parents, we are used to that if you are a parent or a caretaker, but it's just living in the world that we're living in. So if it's possible to find a stable position, and that can be standing, it can be seated, you can be lying down. If you're driving, you can totally do this driving. I don't recommend closing your eyes, but just come somewhere where you can start to come to a place of steadiness within yourself. Steady doesn't mean still. It's just that you're landing in this moment with your body, your awareness, your attention. If it's comfortable for you to do so, you can close your eyes. Of course, you can always just downcast the gaze and take a full breath to begin. Maybe your first big breath of the whole day, of all of 2024. Open the mouth. And then go ahead and do that one more time. Big full inhale through the nose. Out through the mouth. So I want you to start to imagine that a cyclone is starting to build around you. And I know it's hurricane season for some of you, so this might be quite literal, but the idea is the storm is surrounding you. And what happens in hurricanes, especially when you look at it from a satellite position, is you see that while there is all of the winds, in the very center of the storm is this area of complete calm. This is what we call the eye of the storm. And this is what we're going to tap into as ourselves in these busy world. So maybe you are literally observing the wild going on around you because the kids are all over the place or the house is a mess, or maybe you are visualizing the state of the world swirling around you, the uncertainty, the divisiveness. Maybe it's a thing about colors where there are different colors swirling around you, but around you yourself or straight through you like a spotlight is a clarity. And that's what I want you to start to notice, is that even though all of these things are going on around us, that where you are positioned, even if you're in motion, where you are positioned, where your spine is aligned, there's a sense of steadiness. Take a full breath again. And a full exhale, almost like you're sweeping the storm just a little bit further away from your physical form. And again, perhaps checking in, what is flying by? And I know this is not scientifically accurate, but if we think of like the twister in Wizard of Oz, and you would see the different things within the actual tornado, perhaps that's what you're picturing, is all the things around you that have been distracting you, that have been creating a storm cloud, but they're getting further and further away. With every breath, you, the spotlight, this beam of steadiness and resilience from earth to heaven, just breathing, inhale, big exhale. Do a couple more breaths just like that. Every breath starting to press the storm away. And maybe even as you're breathing in this way, the storm's starting to settle down a little bit. Maybe the clouds are parting. Maybe there's a little more lightness all around. Maybe things are starting to fall in their place like a snow globe of a hurricane. Lots of geological references. And then eventually everything around you becoming quite still, really a mirror of your own internal state. I know sometimes it was the beginning of parenthood that threw us into this, oh my goodness, everything is changing all the time. And then, of course, the state of the world, these last eons. But in yoga, what we always recognize is that that is nature. Everything around us is always changing all the time, including our bodies, including ourself. You feel it, you see it. But there is a steady light inside of us. And if we can anchor into that in those moments of chaos, then at least for those few moments, we can find our ground. And then perhaps by being that grounded beacon of light and connection, things around us may start to settle as well. I'm sending you all so much love and grounding. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all you do to support this amazing cause.